from you. Good evening, Ma. Olayemi Aribigbela. Good evening, ma'am. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name well. Pardon me, ma. All right, please introduce yourself. Tell us your name, what you do, and where you're joining. Where you're joining in from. Yes. Good evening. Yes, my name is Ngozi Obaze, joined from Ikeja. We celebrate you, ma. Thank you so much. Olubumi Ojo, thank you, from Abuja. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Adebola Odeyemi. Good evening, ma. Joining in live from the city of Ikorodu. Oh, thank you, thank you. Good evening, Ibironke. This is Omobo, an early years educator from Ilisha Remo, Ogun State. Wow, all the way. Early years educator. Thank you so much, Ma, for being a part of this session, and thank you for joining in early. Let me move on. Who is this? Bola Tito Odioye. All of you calling me Coach Catherine. We should leave this familiarity or pack it one side. We are serious this night, like we are prepared, This is the season where you are serious. Even if there, we have festivities, we are planning for 2026, and and I'm wearing my serious t-shirt here right now, my serious glasses, so please. Thank you so much. Olayemi Aribibela joining in from Magodo, Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for joining. Good evening, Husaina Ishaya Audu. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Wow. Please celebrate her for me. Just go. I need you guys to use your emojis this evening, all the way from Alberta, Canada. Thank you so much, Husaina, for joining us. Thank you. Pastor Okwe from the UK. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ma, please keep it coming, Olayinka Alimi from Bagada, Lagos. Thank you, Ma, for joining. Thank you, Bola Tito Dioye from Ikorodu, the city of Ikorodu, Lagos. Thank you so much, Ma. Olufulola Ifebogo, aka PFI, joining in live from Ikeja, Lagos. Is somebody celebrating her? Thank you. Bamidele from Ogba, very close to my location. I'm feeling you. You are my color. You are my color since you are chatting from Ogba. Thank you, Ma, for joining. Oludayo from Nigeria. Where exactly in Nigeria, please, if you don't mind? Oh, and the latest.
Sister Catherine. Catherine,
yes,
I want to share my screen. So I need you to help me. I need you to confirm to me if it's showing the song that we're meant to play. So I need you to please confirm to me.
All right. Well, not yet. Not at the moment, ma'am.
PMO said I should play it. So that's why I'm reaching out to you.
No problem. I can't. I'm not even seeing your screen yet. It's still blank.
So I'm going to share my screen now. So just let me know if it's showing. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's sharing, starting to share. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it showing now?
Yeah, I can see something, but it's just a blank page.
Why is it blank? It shouldn't be blank. Okay, I think you can continue with the introduction. Let me see what I can do back end. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. Thank you. You can just interrupt once you are ready again. All right, we move on. I think I stopped at Bamidele Alabi from Ogba. Okay, no, Oludayo from Nigeria, yes. Oh, yes, I stopped at ABDO, the latest 50-year-old pretty lady that I know, all the way from Ogudu, Lagos. Good evening, ma. Thank you so much for joining us. Dr. OTK from Ikeja, Lagos, a real estate consultant. We celebrate you, ma. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you so much. Monisola Folorunshaw, a financial services professional, joining in live from Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. Good evening, ma. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Bosse Owoade from Ibadan or your state. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Thank you. I have Omokorede Navan from Ireland. Ireland, thank you so much, Ma. We celebrate you. How you doing over there? Thank you so much for joining. Modukwe Okosu, an estate surveyor and valuer, joining live from Ibadan. That makes 2 people from Ibadan or your state. Thank you so much, ma'am. That's just the last one I have. And we have about, let me see, I have about 51 people on this call. Can we have others introduce themselves, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see more names I've not read out before. Thank you. Iyobosa Isibo, thank you so much for joining. Juliana Akpan, thank you. Karen Emo, thank you. Who else have I not called? Ola Eniola, thank you. Olayemi, thank you. Who else? Can I get some more introductions? Thank you for joining. All right, so while we do that,
I'm going to
all right,
move out of the meeting and rejoin because of the screen sharing. So just give me 5 minutes just give me a few minutes to do that. Thank you.
All right, okay. Thank you so much. All right, so while we wait for her, I still have a few minutes before I end this session, the opening session, the introduction session. Please, can you keep your introductions coming in? All right, sorry, I had to quickly send a message. Please reach out to those you have invited. Kindly reach out to them, tell them that we're about to start. This is not a session that you want to join 30 minutes into the session. It's a session that you should start from the beginning so that you are not feeling lost along the way. Adegoke Florence from AO Professional Services, Lagos. Thank you so much, Florence, for joining tonight. I have Francisca Rojaye, I hope I got that right, from Abeokuta, Ogun State. So I think I have about 4 people that have joined in from Ogun State. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much, women, for joining in. Oh, yes. Let's keep it coming. So while we wait for that, what are your expectations this evening? What are your expectations? What are you expecting to hear? Can somebody please just share with us? Let's just begin to open up ourselves, open up our minds, Let's just be on the right, in the right space. Can I get you? All right, I have some more introductions here. Feyi Shotunde. Sorry, I'm not Yoruba, but I'm trying. For the ones I'm familiar with, I'm trying with my pronunciation. Please pardon me if I'm not pronouncing it well. So sorry. Feyi from Ibadan. Good evening, Ma. Thank you so much for joining us. Olabingbe Thomas from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Ma, for joining. All righty, I see our numbers are growing. Participants 59. All right, so I asked for our expectations, and if you don't mind, I have some big sisters here, and I'd like to just put them on the spot if you don't mind. But there's somebody here that I don't really think I can put on the spot at any time, and I'm sure I had to be beating right now. That is she talking about me? Like she's all like, Kate, please, Kate, don't even go there, don't go there, Ma, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, and I want you don't need to put on your video, it's fine. Just unmute your mic and share your expectations for tonight with us. I'm referring to you, my able doctor, OTK, Temitope Ogochukwu Kehinde or Ogochukwu Temitope Kehinde. Can you unmute your mic, Ma, and share your expectations for tonight with us? While I just take a couple more of introductions. Edet Christiana Chinyere from Magodo, Lagos. Good evening, Ma. Thank you for joining. Adebanke Adenekon from Lagos. Thank you, Ma, for joining. Omobolaji.
Excuse me, I'm
Yes?
sorry. Rebound expert, can you please make me a co-host? Thank you.
All right. Reverend Derry, please take notes. All right, you are co-host now. Adebanke Adenekon. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please, I'm sorry. Omobolaji Olukunle from Magboro, Ogun State. Welcome, Ma. Oluwakemi Oluyomi from Lagos. Welcome, Ma. We celebrate you. Wow, the numbers are growing. Thank you all for joining. We have 64 participants now. Listen, we had about over 200 registrants, so we're expecting more people. Please reach out and ask more people to join. We are live. Our coach should be taking the floor in a few minutes from now. Aminat Motunrayo Ndebe from Alagbole, Ogun State. This Ogun State people's number is increasing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you all, for joining. Dr. OTK, are you ready for me, Ma? Forgive me for putting you on the spot, but you know, you always have something to say. That's why. Is she there?
Good evening, Coach Catherine.
My
Good evening,
beloved
everybody.
OTK.
Yeah, I'm
Good
speaking.
evening, doctor.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Ma, we can hear you.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Coach. Good evening, everyone. Okay, tonight I'm expectant, and the theme says audit and align.
Yes.
So, you know, as an accountant, auditing is part of accounting, and it's like a clean house. You want to gather knowledge, gather all the things you've been able to do in the whole of 2025. Look at your pros, look at your crons. What have you been able to achieve? What have you not achieved? Aligning it with your purpose, aligning it with your goals, aligning it with what you have, set out to do for the year. And if for any reason you did not maybe have a direction or a goal for the year, audit is also to ask you, okay, what have I done? What have I not done? So I'm really very expectant. I'm looking forward to listening to Coach GCMO and learning and preparing ahead for 2026. Thank you very much. And
thank you so much. That was a good way to
please
introduce
sit
it.
back and have a way to go through. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Doctor. I said you always have something to say. You can never fall by hand. Thank you so much, Dr. OTK. Thank you for sharing that with us. Coach, are you ready to play your song? Are you ready, Ma?
Yes, I am ready. Thank you.
All right. You have the floor now.
Please confirm that you can hear the song and also see the screen.
We can see the screen, but I can't hear the song. I can see the screen, but not
really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have to do that again. Just give me 1 minute. I really don't know what the issue is.
All righty. Thank you. Let me see if I have any other introduction here. No, I don't have any other person. Thank you all. Please just be patient with us. Give us a minute. Thank you.
I think you should continue with the introduction. There seems to be a bug or something because it's not sharing.
All right. All right, so anyone else, does anyone want to share her expectation before I put you on the spot again? Yes, there's somebody coming to my mind. Someone is coming to my mind. If you'd like to just share with us, can you just raise your hand, your virtual hand, please? before I come knocking on your door. So I'm sure those are my friends here. My friends here are just saying, please let her not notice me, or let her not see me. Or you can put it in writing. All right, thank you, Husseina from Alberta, Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm back. Can you please make me a co-host? I'm so sorry for the disruptions. Thank you.
All right. Reverend Darren, please make her co-host. All right, Husseina says, I'm expecting to evaluate my year, celebrate my wins, learn from my losses, close out 2025 on a high position to enter 2026 on eagle wings. Wow, wow, wow. This is a lot. You just put a lot in, just 5-6 lines, expecting to evaluate her year. Yes, that's why you have to audit. So we are auditing our year. Thank you so much, Husseina. Anyone else wants to share with us? Anyone else? You can put it in writing if you don't want to unmute your mic. Please put it in writing. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I've not heard any man's voice, and I don't think I've read any name that's, well, maybe I have. I'm not so familiar with the names. Thank you so much. So, like we know, the topic for tonight is audit and align. All right, let me bring somebody up again. Good evening, PFI Ma. Good evening, Ma. Do you mind sharing your expectations for this session? For today, tomorrow, what are your expectations, Ma? Please, can you unmute your mic? I know I read your intro. Pastor Funlola, if you're there, please share with us.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes,
good evening.
I am so expectant today, and I believe that it's going to be a big breakthrough for me. I'm expecting to find, we want to learn how to audit the year from the beginning of the year till this moment, and then project for the next year, so that even the mistakes that we have made this year, we won't make the same. And
Absolutely.
Then also to be deliberate and intentional about the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. In fact, the part I love the most, out of what you said was having not to make the same mistakes again. Yes, I mean, we have to learn from our mistakes. Yeah, it's okay to make mistakes, but it becomes a problem when it's a pattern. And if you continue to make such mistakes, I remember, I think it was Husseina that said, she wants to learn, take note of her mistakes as well, so that she doesn't make the same mistakes again in 2026. So yes, that is very, very important, So even for me, I'm going to be shining my eyes to those pointers, right? Those things that point at those mistakes, those things you keep doing continuously, especially those ones that you don't even realize that, this has actually been a pattern. Some things are they just fall into that gray area that we don't take note of. And I'm sure our coach tonight will shine light, in those areas. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining. For me, I'm looking forward to clarity for 2026. I'm looking forward, to gaining clarity. Thank you. Aminat, Motunrayo says, I'm expectant tonight about the topic audit and align. I want to take stock and look into the coming year, how to align with the minuses and pluses Coach Mayokun, how are we doing? Coach, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm still having a bit of glitches, which I don't particularly understand. But just give me a few minutes. I'm trying to work around it. So can you please make me host on this device?
All right, Reverend Derry, I'm sure she has taken note of that. Thank you so much. All right, so let's move on. Who else would like to share, please, your expectations for tonight? What else? What comes to mind? And I hope you are ready with your notebook. I hope you are going to be fully present in this class, and I hope you are ready to participate. You are ready to engage. Yeah, because that's the best way. That's the way you can, get the most out of a session. If you're not fully present, you are going to miss a lot. And I hope you have your writing materials with you. If not, please quickly grab some, The brain is not designed to retain that much. You can hear something, pick a line this minute, and then 3 hours later, you just forget it. All righty. Can I have someone else, please? Feel free to share. Yes, Dr. OTK, we are going to record the session. We will record the session. Thank you, Ma. Anyone else who cares to share, who wants to share? House. Are you there? Monisola for Lauren Shoma. If you're there, please share with us.
Stay with me, Lord.
Uh-oh, so sorry about that. Please bear with us, please. Some of these things are not planned. So sorry for the delay. Please, we crave your indulgence. Please forgive us. Thank you so much. All right, Monisola says, I'm looking forward to learning how to review the year from GCMO's perspective. Wow, interesting. From GCMO's perspective, interesting. Wow, all right, that's putting GCMO on the spot too. But well, I think we are all looking forward to that from house perspective. That's why we are all here. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for sharing. All right, Adebola Odeyemi says, I'm so expectant because I know GCMO. It's all over. I'm so expectant because I know GCMO is known for her deep reflective frameworks. So I'm expecting powerful self-assessment questions and reflective exercises to help me audit and align properly. Wow. That's an auditor and accountant ourselves speaking. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. We are all looking forward to gleaning from GCMO's wealth of knowledge. I can't agree less, my sister. Absolutely. I'm so looking forward to that as well. Thank you so much, Ma. From Bola Tito Odioye, she says, I'm so excited about the topic. I'm looking forward to learning how to wrap up the year in a while. Something not very clear here. In a while, I think this is supposed to be in a whole new different way, and to receive clarity on how to align my expectations with my goals for 2026. Thank you, GCMO, for your selflessness and sacrifice. Thank you so much, Bola Tito. Thank you so much for that. And trust me, by the grace of God, GCMO will not fall our hands. She's ready for us. She has been ready since. So yes, our expectations will not be cut short. Thank you all for sharing. Yes, the number is growing. We have 81 participants now. We can have more. if you will please send reminders out to your friends, your colleagues, to everyone you have invited. Thank you all so much. Can I have more expectations, please? Thank you. In a few minutes, I'm sure we will hear GCMO's voice. So in case you don't know what GCMO means, for those of us that are new to that name, it means Global Coach Mo. So our facilitator for tonight, her name is Mayokun Oreofe, which is the MO. And then so the G is global, the C is coach, M stands for Mayokun, and then O for Oreofe. So that's why we call her GCMO. Just to clear that for those who are wondering, who is this person they're calling GCMO? And for the new ones amongst us. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Still waiting for our expectations. Still waiting for us to drop our expectations. Thank you all. So those who joined in, after the introductions, you are welcome. We are glad that you're able to join us tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I have more. Please feel free to unmute your mic. You can raise your hand if you want to share with us. You can raise your hand. Coach Ayofe, are you saying something?
No, I'm not saying anything. No, I'm
All
not
right,
saying anything.
you can see your slide. You can see the slide.
Yes, I'm putting up Coach Mo's material for the evening. So thank you.
Thank you, Ma.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ma.
If you can hear me, please respond.
Yes, Ma, loud and clear. We can hear you, Ma. We can see you.
Can you hear me?
Good evening, Ma.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Can you
Good
hear me?
evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, is it my network that? Good evening. Is it clear?
Yes, Ma.
Loud and clear,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining the webinar tonight. It's been a whole lot. I mean, honestly, without foreboding, I have a feeling that the devil knows what is supposed to come out of this, and it's just raging in the air. So we arrest it now in the name of the one whom we believe in the name of Jesus Christ. Everything goes well. Nothing is raging. In Jesus' name. Okay. I seem not to be able to handle my script from this end. But you can see it on the screen, right? We are here for the Audit and Align webinar. This is a webinar that is intended to position us right for 2026. And I heard somebody saying, oh, she's eager to know how to close the year and looking forward to, somebody else said how to audit her 2025. And I assure you, your expectation will not be cut short, because I know, what has been put together for this, all that has been put together for this. I'm sure you are going to be able to close your 2025 properly in audit. And I'm trusting that you would have a glimpse of what to align for 2026. Whether you will now be able to align it as it is appropriate will be dependent on the next decision that you will need to take. So, welcome again to Audits and Align. I'm going to go by my notes so that I don't run ahead of myself. This webinar is a transformational webinar. It's a transformational 2-day journey that we are embarking on, and it is designed to position you with clarity, intention, and strength for 2026. May I ask at this point that you get up and get yourself like a journal that you'll be able to script. If we were in a physical meeting, would have given you a journal. You need the journal. It's going to be important to you.
and because you're going to need to take note of what you're going to run with. So I'm going to pause for 2 minutes, and I'm going to just ask that you get yourself a journal quickly, or possibly you are able to double on your device to use your notes. I'm hoping you'll be able to do that. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing what was, and we're also going to be revealing what is. We'll be reviewing what was, and we're going to be reviewing what is. Okay, She'll helping with my slide. If you could make it full screen, I'll appreciate it, so that you don't have it all out like this. Can we have it as full screen, please? So this is not just another end of year webinar.
Let me see what I can do, ma. Thank you.
This is a reset room. A clarity chamber is what I call it, and is a strategic place that is created to help you make sense of the year you have lived. The year that I have lived. We have all lived this year by the grace of our Creator, and we are attempting by this webinar to be able to audit what we have been through, what we have lived out, and then we are going to be preparing for the one that we trust that we will enter also by grace. We're going to be moving from the place of audit to the place of alignment. That is, tonight, we're going to see clearly. I want you to take note of that. We're going to be able to see clearly, and tomorrow we will be able to align intentionally. So we're not going to be beating about the bush, tomorrow. We're not going to be beating about the bush into 2026. We're going to be intentional about our 2026. And I think that is a very, very, very good thing, to prospect. I don't know how many years each of us on this webinar has lived, but you know the number of your years, and I know mine. I don't know how many times you've attempted, to make the incoming year a better one than the previous one. And most of the time, you leave, you keep, the rhythm keeps going, you keep moving, but you end up at the end of that year again, just the feeling you had the previous year. But I trust that with this intentionality that we're putting into our 2026, when we're closing out in 2026, certainly the feeling will be different. We'll be excited to get back into another webinar like this, or even if it's going to be individual exploits you're going to do by yourself, you'll be able to close out 2026 on a better note that you are closing out 2025. So we're moving straight up into the audit. We're moving into the audit. Can I have the next page? The next slide, please. I'll need your cooperation, my slide attendant, please. I'll need your swift cooperation. We need the cooperation of the, the internet. Because I can't hear anybody, I just feel I'm speaking to the screen. I really don't want everybody talking all around, but I need response.
You are loud and clear, ma. Very audible.
We're hearing you.
All right, so please let the slide move as I speak. All right, so I've done this, obviously. I've done the welcome, so you can take the next slide. So before we step into whether the slide is cooperating or not, please just give me your attention. I mean, you will get the details of everything. The slide will catch up with us because we're running on time. Now, before we step into a new year, we need to understand the one that we have lived, like I said. So audit is that process of looking, into our year so honestly, looking into the year that we have lived. And in reference, we're speaking about 2025, because you cannot align what you have not first assessed. And that is what we're doing right now. We're assessing our 2025. And this is not intended to condemn us in any way. You see, I'll be using the word us, is inclusive. So I'm not speaking at us. I'm not speaking at you. I am, talking to all of us, including myself, right? So this is not intended to be a condemnation journey, but it's supposed to be a clarity journey. So this webinar will guide you into a structured and deeply insightful review of your year 2025. It will make you see your patterns. It will also make you see your progress and your emotional rhythms. And I know a lot of us on this call, we are women for whatever reason that is. We are women, and I'm hoping that your husbands are somewhere around the corner, your brothers are somewhere around the corner. They can be a part of this, because this is honestly so good for all of us, right? So, but as women that we are, I know we are the ones that are really, really the emotional people. It's not that men don't have emotions, but so basically what I'm saying is that this audit we're doing is going to make you see your emotional rhythms. It's going to make you see your productivity. It's going to make you see your environment. It's going to make you see even your relationships, what it all has been. So this webinar on this audit that we're embarking upon, excuse me, is like a mirror, like a mirror moment. It's your opportunity to pause. It's your opportunity to breathe and be able to see 2025 so clearly. This is not abstractly now, and this is not gainsaying anything. We will go through some form of exercise, and you'll be able to see yourself from that perspective. And so we're moving to why audit. Why audit? I want to quickly anchor why this matters, why it matters. Audit is going to help us to separate truth from assumptions. That's what I was just trying to say now, that we're not going to be doing all of this, just abstractly. You're not going to just be picking thoughts from your head and all of that. You are going to, we're going to be dealing with truth. It's not assumption anymore. And so this will reveal patterns. It's not excuses. It's going to show us pattern. You're not going to say it is because of, because of the internet glitch. That's why I was unable to sign on. By the time we go through this, you will see whether this is a pattern in your life or not. This audit is going to show where you actually are, not where you hoped you were. Do you understand? Not where you even hoped that you planned at the beginning of 2025 to be. You're going to see where you are. It's going to give you a reality-based foundation for 2026. So when we're starting 2026, you'll be standing right on, the truth of where you are at, okay? And tonight, like I said, is about honesty. We're going to see honestly what our 2025 will be, so that 2026, we'll design our 2026 from truth, not fantasy. You get me? So this is going to give us reality-based foundation for 2026. And if we skip this audit, any plan that we make for 2026 will just be like a balloon. It will be built on guesswork and not clarity. Sometimes we thrive with that. Sometimes we fly with it. Things end up working. But then it is not something that you can repeat, because you don't know what button you pressed that took you to that end point where you will be ending with. But when we do things properly, like we are kicking off on right now, then you will be able to repeat the success. So quickly, we're moving to the next thing, which is we're moving into the audit proper, which is what I want to take us through this 4-step framework. I call it the 4S audit lens, the 4-step audit lens. Just like I'm wearing my glasses and it has lenses, it has these 2 lenses. So this audit we're going to do has not 2 lenses, it has 4. And we're going to be looking at it from 4 perspectives. We're going to be looking at it from self. We're going to be looking at it through systems. We're going to be looking at it through your seasons. And we're going to be looking at the year through our surroundings. Do you understand? So it's going to be the 4 steps, the 4 lenses, which is the 4 steps audit, is self, systems, seasons, and surroundings. Okay, so of course the slide is not, I can see that the slide is not moving with what I'm saying, but I'm just going ahead all the same. And that's why it's important for you to please take note, right? So we're starting with self. who you were this year. Who you were this year. Who have you been this year? As Kemi, as Ibironke, as Beju, as Bukola, who have you been this year? Self. This is your inner world. Please take it back to the slide where you're coming from. Take it back to. Please take the slide back to that diagram. Now, we're talking about your inner world. We want to audit your inner world, your discipline, your patterns, your emotional tone, your spiritual posture, your inner conversations, your follow through, your...
Is he at the right place, ma?
When we talk about the lens of audit, yes, please. When we talk about the lens of audit called self, we're talking about your mindset, your discipline, your emotional patterns, your spiritual posture, your inner conversations, what's going on the inside of you. And I just want to do a quick check-in with us. Tell me, do you have this inner conversation? Do you have this inner conversation? I'm in the chat room with you and I want to read from you. Is there anybody here who, like me, you have this inner conversation? And don't just say yes. I want you to tell me, how loud is this conversation and how, what side of the sieve is it? Is it the positive or the negative? Which one is more? Is it balanced? Does it tilt to one side? This inner conversation that you have. Don't just say yes. Is it majorly positive inner conversation, or the negative inner conversation comes so much that you are embattled by your inner conversations a lot? Yes, I like Oluwakemi family says she has it always. This voice, this inner conversation, I think is something we need to look into. It's just constantly almost like that. Or maybe we have people, somebody says yes, very loud and positive. Or somebody says yes, I do every day. Both. You have both. Okay, somebody says it's in between. Aboma says it's in between. Another person says yes, had a serious one this morning. Somebody says balanced reflection. Good. Husseina, good to have you here. Wow, good to have you here, sis.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, so good to have you. Then Nomokore says positive inner conversation. Another person says resolves around the negative but redirected to the positive. I love that. That is so wholesome. Yes, negative is louder, but you try to, somebody says negative inner conversation is more louder and consistent than the positive. But what you then do is you have to use your positive. But what I just want to establish, and I'm doing this intentionally, because you see, we need to name it to shame it today. And I want to, be able to bring clarity and deliverance, if I can use that word. We're not in church, but if I can use the word deliverance, I want a lot of people to be delivered from the bug. Because if we don't name it like this, if we don't bring it to the open, you will almost like assume that it's only you that have to deal with a voice, and then you are trying to navigate it, push it back, into the positive. It's a lot. It's as if you are on the sea and you are doing the row your boat. Am I correct? Am I speaking to somebody? Does it always look like you're just always paddling the boat, trying to keep yourself, within check, being sane, not allowing yourself to run riot? Okay, so examples that make this self-audit real is you ask questions like, did I show up confidently or did I shrink too often this year? We're checking ourselves. We're doing the audit through the lens of self. So ask yourself the question, did I show up confidently or shrink too often? Is that what I do with myself? Is that what I've done with myself in the course of the year? Was I emotionally steady or up and down? As I'm asking these questions, I need your mind to work on the questions. And we've already started on the journey of the audit. Was I emotionally steady or up and down? Was that what you experienced? And you need to take note of it, because these things matter as we go. We are already having the audit. We are examining you. Was it high and low? For instance, right, I just came in this morning, and this is not for anything, I'm just saying, I just came in this morning from, from outside of the country. My time away, I was saying, somebody was greeting me just before I came in on the webinar, maybe like an hour before I signed on. And she was saying, oh, how are you, sis, and all of that. And I found myself having to pour. I found myself having to pull it out. And I said, this my trip, concerning a particular subject matter, I said it hit harder, right? So it made me realize my emotions have been up, and it will dip, then it will go up, it will dip, and then it will go up. So much so that by the time I came in, this morning, I was so tired within, and I've been away for a while. Yes, I wasn't playing where I wasn't joking there, but I wasn't exerting physically at the same time. So I should actually not be as tired as I felt this morning. But because of the way I was feeling, I got in fact, right as I was being dropped right in front of my door, I said, I'm going to bed, I'm going to sleep. I got in at about past 10, and straight up, I went to bed, pulled all my curtains, pulled off the light, and dashed on my bed. I needed to give myself that gift, okay, to be able to set the refresh button and the reset button. But I'm trying to speak to somebody here, asking you the question, were you emotionally balanced this year? For me, this year is been like a roller coaster like that, because I've had things hit at my emotion. Things, have hit me that it has impacted on my emotion, and I have had to dwell. If you're a person of faith like I am, I've had to dwell so much on grace this year, and I'm still relying on grace. So we're doing the audit already, and I'm putting myself forward. We're examining me together. Now, this year, did you procrastinate, or did you finish what you started? Did you procrastinate a lot, or did you finish what you started? I remember, I don't know, maybe some of you here were the webinar we had earlier, some time ago this year, I think in October, speaking to procrastination. Did you procrastinate a lot this year, or you finished everything you started? Did you start right on time? Were you spot on with your timing? How did it go for you? Who is this? There's a stranger in the house. I don't know what this is all about. Something about planning to study abroad. Please take the person out, please, quick. Person is EE. Admin, please take this person out, because you're not here to market. You don't distract us. Okay, so, we're checking you. We're working on your emotions, your spiritual posture, your self-leadership, and the patterns that you have been through this year. I'm just throwing this question at us that will help us, and we're still going to do more. Were you led by courage or hesitation this year? What was it majorly for you this year? Was it about hesitation, or were you courageous? For me, it's been about courage. I've had to be courageous, and I'm sure we all know what courage means. Simply put, courage is you doing it, facing your fears, going ahead, not because, the exploits you've done, not because you didn't have the butterflies in your tummy, not because you didn't have a reason not to go ahead, but all the same, whatever happens, you went all out for it, right? So another check that we're doing is, was I faithful in personal devotion? Was I faithful in personal devotion? Were you faithful in your personal devotion, or time, kept rolling on you, activities? And I mean, sometimes these activities are genuine, but it impacted on how well you've been able to, how well you have been able to stick with your personal devotion. Now, this particular S, which is self, is speaking to who was I at my core this year. That's what we're trying to audit from here. Who was I at my core this year? From the few things that I've shared about myself, right now, I'm sure even if you've not spoken to me, this year, you already have like a glimpse of what my year has been about. It's been about being courageous, emotional stuff, and me having to be resilient and just going all out. But if we're not doing this audit together, you see me on the outside, you say, oh, this woman is a go-getter. Oh, she's going for it. Yes, she's a go-getter. But right now we are doing the audit, of the behind the scene. And I hope it is working for you too. I want you to type in the chat room if this is helping you. If this is helping you. And if it is not, let me know so that I will know how to go deeper, as we go on the journey. Can I have your response, please? As we're moving to the next S, which is the systems. I'm reading up in the chat room to see whether this is working so that I'll know the kind of examples to give. Racing for time. Okay. Somebody says, Abiola says yes. Okay. Another person says it is spot on, it is insightful, this is helping me. Okay. Somebody says, okay, good. Good. Thank you, sis. I love that review. Thank you for putting out the questions. It is very reflective. Okay, all right, good. So let's continue. Yes, it's helping you to reflect deep. Yes, that's what it's all supposed to do for us. Okay, so we want to move to the next S, which is systems. It is systems. How you ran your life this year. How did you run your life this year? And this has to do with the structure that supported your growth this year. The structure that is supporting your growth, the structure that is supporting your growth, which speaks to your routines, your planning, your accountability, your time use, your weekly rhythm, your execution patterns, your boundaries, right? Your structures, your accountability, your weekly rhythm, your execution patterns, your boundaries. Do you have boundaries in place? Do you plan? Do you have routines? I'm sure some of you who know me here, I have some of my proteges on. I've said this over and over again, that in the days when I was silly, I would say, oh, I don't like routine, I don't like routine. Not knowing I was killing myself the more. And so in the past 2 or 3 years, or 3 years to be precise, I've been trying to get myself out of where I had buried myself with such utterance. And when I was saying that I don't like routine, what I actually meant at that time, which I was saying was that I don't like monotony. I love creativity. So I don't love doing things, the same way. If I want to, maybe they say beautify yourself. I don't want to wear long hair the whole year. I don't want to wear braids the whole year. I just love creativity. I want to be able to pull my hair up. I want to be able to let it down. I want to be able to pack it to the back. I want to be able to, if it goes well, scrape it. I'm waiting for the day, that I would dare that. Not for any negative reasons, but just in style. Just it's myself. I'm going to scrape my hair and I'm going to, maybe like tint it or something like that. Just to have it. Something else. When I continually said, I don't like routine, it became that my routine, it damaged something in me, certainly, okay, which I have been working on and rebuilding. It's part of audit. So what has your routine been this year? Your planning, were you able to plan well? Your accountability, were you just running riot on your own, or were you accountable to someone? The use of your time, were you just busy scrolling, on social media, because that's actually is a ditch that most of us fall into, right? Your weekly rhythm, what has it been? How has it been? I remember I listened to one woman of God, she's passed, she's late now. She said in those days when she was single, her weekly routine was in the morning she goes to work, in the evening on her way back she goes to church, and from church back to home. So that was the triangular life that she kept living, right? So work, church, home, work, church, home. What has your own weekly routine been like? A weekly rhythm been like? What is your personal what is your execution pattern, and what are your boundaries? So examples that give clarity to this is, did I have a morning or a night routine? Are you a morning person or a night person? Did you have a morning routine? What do you do in the mornings? Do you have night routine? Did you plan your week, or you just start and you react? If you are on this call, do you have like a to-do list? Do you wake up knowing what first to hit and what next to fix? So do you have that kind of plan? Or you just get up and you react? Somebody calls you like 7 a.m. and says, oh, actually today I want to go to Badagry. Can we just quickly go together? And then you hop in with that person. Or even if you are not hopping in with that person, you're just slouching out there because there's really nothing to hit, really nothing to look out for. If you are in that category, I'm trusting that in 2026, your life will not take that turn again. One of the things that gets us weary is when we don't have plan, right? I have proven it. When you don't have plan, when yes, you have a lot of things to do, you become weary when you don't even know what first to do. But when you have listed it, when you wake up strategically saying, these are the 4 things I want to give my attention to today, and I want to accomplish this thing before 12 noon, or I want to accomplish it before 6 p.m., then you begin to hit it one after the other. And when you are doing it, I'm telling you, you'll be fulfilled. This trip that I just referred to, that I said, oh, it's been a bit emotional for me and all of that, what I achieved on this trip has been, I mean, it was a lot, because I went with a plan. And I felt fulfilled as I kept ticking off, right? So despite the emotional part of it that I referred to, I mean, that plan still helped me. The days when the emotions, overtook me and I wasn't going by my plan, I know how weary I was. So I'm out here, not just speaking at us, like I said in the beginning. This is an experiential journey for me. So I know what I'm talking about. And I hope that speaking from my heart to us on this webinar today is helping somebody. It will help 1 or 2 people. Another kind of question you can ask on this systems matter is, did I plan my week? Okay, I've asked you that. Did I have systems that save time, or chaos that steals time? Is everything chaotic? I mean, as much as I have system in place, before I got in on this webinar, it was chaotic. It was real chaotic, right? And such things steal your time, okay? So did you have systems that save your time? So sometimes you have a system, but your system can lead you to chaos sometimes if you're not careful, right? Did I have accountability in any area of my life? Who are you accountable to? Are you signed up to a mentor you don't listen to? Are you signed up to a mentor that cannot pull you into stuff? Are you signed up just to say that, oh, you two, you have maybe like an accountability group? Are you just there, or you actually are accountable? Okay, this year I have this group of sisters, to a serious accountability mode. So I am accountable for that. As I landed, and it happened as I landed, boom, this morning. In fact, I was still on the plane when one of them sent me a message, and it wasn't really that she was like following me, as in, how will I say it now? Not that she knew that, okay, maybe my flight was supposed to land now and all of that, but she just sent me the message, bam, and was asking me, how far with your project? And I said, oh, it started well, and I had to pause at some point to be able to give attention to the webinar today. And that is accountability, because when I started on that project, I had told her, I am accountable to you. We are accountable to one another, right? Do you have such? Were your finances structured or scattered? Were you running on a budget? Women, were you running on a budget, or you were just spending as it comes, right? So this S, the audit of this S, which is systems, answers whether your structure supports your growth or it is sabotaging it, so that in 2026, then you can then align. If the structure you currently have is sabotaging you, of course, you don't want to go that journey again in 2026, having, to be sabotaged. You need to realign, okay? So the next S is seasons. What was the year, what the year was really about? I've just mentioned, I veered into that in my own case, right? So this is about the type of year you lived. I've just shared a bit of my year with you. Was it a stretching year for you? Was it a preparation year for you? Was it a recovery year for you? Was it a transition year? Was it a rebuilding year for you? What was your year about? What was it about? Was it a revealing year? Have you come to realize certain things? Have you had some eureka moments? Was it a pruning year where you feel that, oh, wow, I'm just being contained, so to speak? Or was it a flourishing year for you? We're not all on the same page, okay? So what has it been for you? And examples that will open your eyes on this journey, some questions I'm going to be asking. One is, was this year calling me to slow down, but I kept pushing? Was it asking you to slow down? Like I said about my arrival this morning, getting home, I felt it within me. I needed to slow down before I start. In actual fact, my slogan to myself at the airport yesterday, was back to reality. You're going back to reality. You're going back to reality. So I was asking, what's that supposed? What does that interpret? You know, as I was walking to go on board, I was saying to myself, yes, when you get back to your base, you are back to reality, because that is where I have all my structures. That is where I have all my tentacles. I mean, I've been away from home. I've been away from base. Okay. And so when you get back to base, that's reality. I'm going to touch base with reality. So landing this morning, base, I mean, reality will begin. So, but I had to, my body was calling me to slow down. I'm grateful that I didn't push. This is how some of us push ourselves into danger. Okay. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. This is how some of us put ourselves to that danger zone when we do not, slow down, when, we are being called somehow by our season to slow down, and then we keep pushing. Okay. Another question I would want to ask you is, what was this year a building year for you? Was it a building year? And then did you actually build, or were you just giving excuses? Was it a building year and you were giving excuses? I can see Joe saying yes, loud and clear. I want to believe you are responding to the building year. So if it was a building year for you and you have built, I congratulate you. But sometimes it's a building year and you could have given excuse. So you need to audit yourself in that way. Was it also a pruning year, emotionally, financially, and spiritually, where it looks as if everything is just, it's just as if you are being beaten here and beaten there, just because God So, were you fighting God's timing instead of flowing with it? Some people fight God's timing instead of them to flow with it. Some people jump ahead of God. Something is still going to happen in your life, but then you call forward it. You head out for it when God isn't asking you yet. Many people do not know if you're a person of faith, I mean, like I am, and like most of us on this call are, you hear God say something to you that you're going to do this, I'm going to use you in this area, or I'm going to move you into this area. And then we jump out immediately. We don't wait. Have you been like that this year? Or have you followed God's timing? Or is God calling you into something? And then some of us, we develop cold feet and we are slowing down as against moving with the flow of God. So was this year, was this a year that needed courage, but you gave it fair? For me, like I said to you, it's a year that demanded so much courage from me. And I'm grateful that, I've been able to give courage to it. That I can assertively say that I have given courage to it. Most of the things I've done this year has been out of courage, and many people don't even know, that, oh, this is courage this woman is putting out. People think, oh, it's because everything is, in the green for her. And a lot of people have dealt with me on that green note, not knowing that they were battering me the more. But anyhow, I have put up courage. As I'm examining myself, I hope this is also working for you, right? So this S question, which is speaking to our seasons, is attempting to answer, what theme did God or life place me in this year? What was the theme? What would you call your theme for the year? New year is coming now, and you're going to begin to hear a lot of themes. People are going to come up with names. Yes, it's not that you didn't receive those things, but you see, for me, I think when we have lived out the year, which is what we're doing right now, because we believe that God has taken us to the end of this year by the grace of God. What we are doing by this audit right now, it is now that you will now know what the theme of the year actually, what the theme of the year actually is. You could have started out saying, no, it's a year of grace for me. Now is when you will know, was it a year of grace for you indeed, or whatever else? And there's no problem. Like I said, it's not for condemnation that we are here for. It's for clarity. You could have started out saying, oh, okay, it's a year of grace. That's what God intended. I also want everybody here to know that when God says this, it's not all the time that what he says we end up doing. The fault is not with him, but it is how we have disposed ourselves, to grow. You might not have grown really and truly. And that cannot be God's fault. It will be how well have you positioned, or how well have you availed, the routes to your growth, the equipment and all of that, whatever needs to lead up to that growth. How well have you taken it? So in doing an audit right now will help you to be able to name it. Even though it was called a year of growth for me, did I actually grow? And how well did I grow? So you see, clarity will come, and that will help you to position even for 2026. And then the last S, which is not the least, of course, is your surroundings. Who and what shaped you this year? That's what this is speaking to. Who and what shaped you this year? Oh, wow. This is very, very deep. And I'm hoping that after this webinar, you're going to sit with these things. You're not just going to shove this webinar aside. It is intended to poke something in you. It is to poke a probing mode in you. Now, this surroundings includes people. It includes environment. It includes your relationships, your conversations, your atmosphere, where you were planted. Where were you planted this year? Where were you planted this year? What did your environment look like? Including your bedroom. Was it all clustered up? Oh, starting this year, you didn't want to see my environment because we're in transition, about to move. And so the whole place was upside down. Oh my goodness, it was so demoralizing. I'm so grateful to God when finally we were able to move, okay? And in settling down, I have not fully settled down, but at least my environment is way better. Is way better. It is cozy. It is inspiring. It's how will I say this now? It's no, I don't want to use the word habit, but it's the right English word I want to use is failing me. But bottom line is that I've been able to, and continuously by his grace, host the presence of God in my atmosphere right now, okay? And that I'm speaking about my home, okay? What were your relationships like? Oh my goodness, the toxicity that was brought around me, God expunged quite a number of it this year, and even the ones I didn't know, it was exposed, okay? And so I know that this year has been about a lot, of separation and pulling apart and all of that, as painful as it could be, and as tearing as it could be. But I know, assertively I can say, it is for good. God is expunging what I do not need to move forward with. The weight and the burdens I've carried, God is taking them away from me. I'm doing this so that you can also examine yourself, your conversations. Has it been wholesome? Who have you been speaking to? What have you been talking about? Have you been complaining about Nigeria? That alone is killing. If you go on the complaint route, all that you do is complain about Nigeria, See, in this past few weeks as I was away, I said to myself, I've never been a complainant about Nigeria. Yes, I'm not saying Nigeria is perfect, and I'm not saying there are things that are not wrong in Nigeria, but I am also saying Nigeria is not the only place where things go wrong. When you go out, you will see a lot of things wrong in other nations, but you will not hear them alarming it, right? It's not across the news like that. Some come into the news, and even when it comes into the news, they're not wearing it. But in Nigeria, we wear our problems such that we are worn out even by those things. So what has your conversations been about? What's your atmosphere like? And where have you been planted? I'm going to ask this question, and I want you to note it. I've asked it before, but I want to emphasize it. Where were you planted this year? Have you been on the soil that God has put you? Or have you uprooted yourself to replant yourself somewhere else? Where have you been? We're speaking, also, while I was away, we're speaking about certain crops. Somebody came to Nigeria last week and a man, and got back to his base, where I was, visiting, with a whole, like I would call it like a sack of okra. If it was a woman, in fact, I've not seen a woman do that. And I'm not talking about cooked okra. If it's a woman that brought in, like mixed okra, like seafood okra into that nation, I won't be surprised. But raw okra brought it and said, because the kind of okra that they've been eating, she used to say, to people that that's not real okra from where we're coming from, right? So this man came into the country and went back home with almost like a bag, if not a sack, at least a big polyethylene bag of okra. He turned it into a basket and brought it and showed me. And I was like, really? Like, seriously? He said, yes. And so he said, because they don't get it around here. He said, but he's going to try and planted. And I said to him, yeah, you can. But that is how we also see stuff here. We take certain seeds home. We try to, cultivate it, grow it, and it doesn't because of the environment. So I'm saying that to emphasize that if you are wrongly planted, you cannot thrive. You need to be clear about that in going to 2026 so that you can realign yourself. Where were you planted this year and where are you right now? So examples that can make this relatable for you is, was your home environment peaceful or chaotic? I give God praise for peace around me. No matter what has happened, no matter what is going on, God has given us that peace. And I pray it continues. I pray your own home too will be peaceful, in the name of Jesus Christ, whom I believe, and I believe that some of us here believe it. Was your work environment toxic or empowering? Right? My work environment was majorly empowering, but I will not lie to you, had toxicity, and God has helped me, to expunge some of those things. Were my friends inspiring or draining? And I can shout, woo, my friends have been inspiring this year, honestly, much more than ever before. My circle has been inspiring. And did I spend time with people who helped my next level or kept me stagnant? And this is one of the things you should be very, very intentional about going forward. Don't move with those who will keep you stagnant. They're not moving and they will not allow you move. You want to move and you look like the kingpin. And like you are too much, you are doing so much. Meanwhile, you're not even anywhere. How has your environment been? The people that you have kept within your network, have they helped your next level? Are they pushing you? Or are they saying to you, you're just wasting money? Why are you wasting time? Some people heard about this webinar, they didn't turn up, and they did not allow other people to turn up as well because they just feel it's not necessary. Maybe because of their experience and all of that. Don't allow that in your 2026, I beseech you. Did your social media environment elevate you or did it distract you? Were you on social media to be distracted or to be, inspired and to be equipped? Because let's say it the way it is. Call a spade a spade. The social media is helping some of us. The social media is actually the platform for some of us for expression. It's also a platform of visibility, which depends on what you are giving attention to on social media. The social media is also the nerve calming platform for some of us as well. I mean, sometimes I go on social media and I have those who crack me up on social media. In this past few days that I was not around, there's this guy, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. When I see his videos, his skits, I just laugh. I'm like, this guy, you are not okay at all. I'm not talking to any human being around me, but this guy relieves, the tension. You need such people in your community. So this S, which is speaking to your surroundings, is attempting to answer who and what shaped your energy, your clarity, and your progress this year. Who and what shaped your energy and your clarity and your progress this year, right? I believe that that was clear enough, in-depth enough for us. So we're going to go to the mirror moment right now. We're going to have a quick reflection, which is going to involve you journaling. So it is time for you to pull out that journal, that you have with you. I'm going to go to what I call the interactive exercise, which is the mirror moment. Okay, so before we go into the structured test, we're going to have this, we're going to start with a simple reflection. If you have a journal, like I say, you should get one, your notepad, it's time. And I want you to write under a heading. This is the heading you should put now. My 2025 honestly, not honest, but honestly. Okay, that's honest with the LY. You are being honest. Honestly, 2025, on paper. So I want to see the first person who will just say ready. When you're ready, just put it there. Put it in the page. As in you have your journal, you have the heading out there. I want to see you type ready. Good. Okay, I have a lot. Yeah, good. So at least a number of people are ready. Okay, so now you're going to answer these 3 simple prompts. You're going to be answering these three simple prompts by the exercise we're going to do now. Now, what worked in 2025? Please write down that question. Those are the things you're going to be speaking to, and you're going to have to think through it fast. And what you're doing right now doesn't end here. Between now and tomorrow, you're going to flesh this out properly. Otherwise, the alignment journey will not align properly. We will not have clarity as to what we're aligning if we don't do this well. This is audit, and audit takes a lot. So you are introspecting. What worked in 2025? The second thing you are going to be speaking to as you journal is what didn't work in 2025? What worked in 2025? What didn't work in 2025? What do you now understand about yourself from this year? What can you see about yourself this year? Oh my God, if I put pen to paper to write that, I have so much to say. There are things I didn't know. One of it, which I can say, if you permit me, is that I have been silly. Okay? Or put it the way it is, I have been a fool for a while. This 2025 opened my eyes to it, that I have been a fool for a while. Yeah? And henceforth, every area of my foolishness is going to die. And you're wondering, why is she talking like that? Yes, if you can't name it, you can't shame it. If I can't own it, I can't change it. Okay, says, okay, you two are saying so, not you alone. Oh yeah, I'm glad I have I have company in you. I realize so. And I'm glad that I've come to that realization and I'm naming it. And because I'm owning it, that I'm not doing blame game with anybody, because nobody pushed me into it. I'm going to take responsibility for it. I have been foolish, and because of that, I choose no longer to be foolish. Wisdom is profitable to direct. I'm going to put that there, okay? So I'm not asking you that you begin to write beautifully, but I want you to write honestly. So I'm going to be quiet in this moment. If our music can come up now, let it come up and play softly. While for the next 5 to 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, 7 is the number of perfection, you'll be able to answer this as fast and as honestly as you can. But remember what I said, you're going to be going back to this, okay? So I'm keeping quiet so that your thoughts can roll. And this music is intended to just serenade you, for you to flow, okay? So let's do this together.
Please, can we confirm that we can see and hear me? The screen is on.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Stay with me, Lord.
Let's keep it low.
When the storm is raging and I can't see through, Lord, I find my refuge when I run to you. Every step uncertain, every path unknown, I can trust your promise, I'm never alone. You hold my hand, you hold my hand, you calm my soul, you calm my soul. You every moment, Lord, you make me whole. You hold my hand, you hold my hand, you calm my soul, you calm my soul. In every moment, Lord, you make me whole. Stay with me, Lord, don't let me go. Guide every heartbeat, your love I'll know. Forever I'll walk with your spirit leads. Stay with me, Lord, you're all I need. When the night is heavy and I feel so weak, your voice You are my song. You are my song. Here in your presence is where I belong. Where I belong. All I need is you, my Savior, my friend. Your love has no limit. Your grace has no end. I'll follow forever. My heart is made new. Jesus, my everything. All I need is you. Is you. Is in the valley low, still I hear your voice whispering softly, child, rejoice. Through the fire and flood, I am not afraid. Your promise is strong. On you I'm staying. Hallelujah. I am free. Your love has captured all of me. Hallelujah. I belong to you forever. My worship song. All I need is you, my Savior, my friend. Your love has no limit. Your grace has no end. Your grace has no end.
All right. I've been able to pull out some things. I love what I saw in the chat room. Motopa Okosun says, you are so right, ma. I've been fooling myself with my relationships, thinking I meant more to people who didn't value me at all. God helped me to do a lot of pruning, and I am grateful. I love it. I love it. This is what this webinar is all about. Bukola Ojodu says, I try to cultivate that habit of saving no matter what. It worked for me in 2025. I tried to make 2025 a drama-free year. I didn't totally succeed. I learned that the only person I can really truly count on is myself. I applaud you. This is good. I love it. I love it. And I mean, I just love the truth and the honesty we're bringing to the table. Olubumi Ojo says, I was able to define foolishness and kindness and put a structure in place. I did not get the appropriation of time right, and I plan to work hard this in 2026. This is great. You see, we are getting clarity on what the year has been, and that is going to help us honestly and obviously to position well for 2026. If you agree with what I just said now, say yes. And if you don't agree, say no. And if you are in between, say, well, in between. I want to see that, and then we move on. Yes. This is so good. Pulling it out. There's something about being able to pull it out. And there's something about the synergy of being in the room together doing this. This reflection is serious. Great, great, great. Yeah, somebody says, yes, I agree 100%. Good. I love that. So I believe that this is helping us all. Great. So let's continue. We have a lot to cover more. All right. So thank you for being true to yourself. Thank you so much for journaling. But we're going to take it further. We're not just going to rely on what you have journaled. We're not going to rely on that alone. like I said, you can return to this when we are done in your own time. And I will actually advise, if you can wake up in the deep of the night, if you can just try it out, have a vigil, 1 hour vigil with yourself, and sit with this assignment, just this exercise we did now, and look through it and pull stuff out from inside of you. It's like you are also decluttering. It will, yes, you are the one who lived it, but when you are regurgitating it and you're penning it down, I'm telling you, there's a relief and an awareness and a realization, that comes with it. And it is so relieving. And it's also very therapeutic. Please do it. Do it after now. So now we're going to move into the Core Truth Triad Audit Test. That's what I call it, the Core Truth Triad Audit Test. And it's a simple, structured way to put numbers and words around what you just reflected on, right? And this test is not an exam. So don't try to impress anybody, but try to be honest with yourself. It's a mirror in a question form. So it's like you're standing in front of a mirror, and that mirror is taking you, to the days past in 2025. And there are 12 questions in all. Please listen to this instruction. There are 12 questions in all. The first 11 questions are scored. Okay, and the last one is just a reflection question, but it's very critical for you to answer it. The last question, for the first 11 questions, you are to pick just one response. You will tick, just circle, tick in the box, one question. I hope you can hear me. I'm going very slow about this so that you can take the instruction clearly.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
For the first 11 questions, you will tick in the box one response. For the last question, which is a reflective question, you are to take 3 words. You are to pick 3. You have to choose 3 words. And I still want your journal beside you because, sometimes technology can glitch. If it glitches, just use that form as your exam sheets, as in the question form. And then you note it, in your handwriting. I actually asked you to do that, right? So you have, for the first 11 questions, you have 4 suggested responses. You are to pick one. So the first question, let's say it has 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Even though I'm not sure it's labeled like that, but just it has those columns 4. So if your first response is the first one, number 1, you pick the first response, then I'll take it that you have picked number 1A. So please follow me as I'm giving this instruction so that you'll understand what you're about to do. But when you get to the 12 to 1, you are picking 3 different ones that best speaks to, your year. Okay, so you have 3 words that you will pick. That one is not just a one response thing. Pick 3 different ones. If for whatever reason, technology is glitching, like I said, and is not ticking 3, take note of the 3. Just write the 3 down because we're going to need it. Now, each question simply asks you, to choose the option that best describes your reality in 2025. That's what it will do. So please answer truthfully. And your clarity, don't forget, is your power. When you become clear about something, like I just said about the foolishness, and see how other people too are pulling it out, that's what, they also realize and all of that. I can even see somebody on here, he says, I tried my best to save for my business equipment and God gave me the grace to achieve some of this. I can boldly say that God is at work in my life and business. Brilliant. That's somebody's own. So we want to still go further to prove this your testament, Temitope Olani. Okay? So please mute. All right. We're going to be taking the test. A link will be dropped right now in the chat room. You will click on the link. The Google form will open and you will see the instruction. You will see the instructions.
All on one speed.
Please, let's mute. You can't be taking the test and be talking, it won't work. So if you're a part of this webinar, please concentrate. The link is already in the chat. I want you to click it, and if you have clicked, I want you to, or if you've seen it and you're clicking, I want to say yes so that I'll know that we are flowing. Has anybody clicked? Yes, okay. Is our watchword. Honesty is our watchword on this journey. This test is going to be doing cognitive audit, emotional audit, pattern audit, response to challenges and surroundings audit, and then it has the final reflection question. So take your time and answer honestly. Don't overthink or try to impress yourself. Remember, I'm not seeing your form, nobody is seeing it. It is between you and the one who sees all things. Make sure you are going with what feels true to you. I'm going to give us like 8 minutes. 8 is the number of new beginning. 8 minutes, this is 2037. I'll give you 8 minutes, that takes us to 2045. Then we'll stop. And I'll tell you, don't submit, please. Do not submit. I hope you can still hear me. Don't submit. Once you finish, just come back here quickly and say done. But don't submit, because there's something that I want to be able to, I want you to be able to calculate. The form was supposed to do it automatically for us, but I understand it's malfunctioning, so we're going to do manual. Good. Oh, really? You've run through it like that? Please go over it again. Can we have our music up, please?
Draw me closer, Lord. When the world feels heavy and hope seems gone, your whisper reminds me I'm never alone. Every step I take, I long to be near. Your presence is all my heart at the feet of Jesus. I'll always pray. In the stillness I wait, my hands lifted high. Your spirit descends like fire from the sky. I'm consumed by your love. I'm washed in your light. All my days, Lord, I'll walk in your might. Breathe on me, Lord. Breathe on me. Set my spirit completely free. Holy Spirit, my heart renew. Every moment I live for you. Draw me closer, Lord, to your embrace. Fill me with
All right. We're wrapping up now. We have 1 minute to go. We should be wrapping up on your questions. If you are done, can you come in and say done? Don't submit, like I said, please don't submit. First and foremost, I want you to look for the place that says email me. Check, in the Google form, tick a column for it to be mailed to you. When just tick that column, and then also the column that says save, so that you can have it, because we're going to be referring to these things tomorrow. So please don't submit yet. And then we want to score. I want to score. Slide assistant, you have gone ahead, so please pull yourself, gather yourself back. Are we together? We want to do the scoring now. It's 20:45, our 8 minutes on the dot. So go back to your form and listen as I speak. The first 11 questions that you picked one each, like I said, has 4 answers. The first answer, so I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. If you picked A, for instance, if you're number 1, you pick the first answer, score yourself 3. You can score that in your journal. So say number 1, 3 points. If you pick the second, if you're number 1, the second option was your response. I'm trying to go back to the form. If the second question was your response, if the second option was your response, then give yourself 2. If the third response, yeah, so if the third one, exactly, if you look in the chat room, my E is helping out. If your third option was your response, then it is 1 point. If the last option, the fourth option was your response, then it is 0 point. Okay. I need you to score it. When you have scored it, and then need you to total it. Score yourself. Remember, the 12th question does not have a score, but you need to write out what it's saying. I hope we're together on this. Can I have somebody's response so that I know that I'm not freezing or talking to myself? Okay. I've been saying it, the last question does not have a score. Just pick out three. It says choose three words that best summarize your 2025. Was it for you growth? Was it transition? You have to pick three that represent your 2025. Write it out in your journal. Write those out in your journal. Tick it, online, but then write it out in your journal. Would you say it was a healing year? It was an emerging year, a preparing year, a rebuilding year, a maturing year? Go ahead and do that. Okay, so by now you should be done. Total it. Put your total in your journal and then submit. But before you submit, remember I said you should click on the put your email there. Okay, so Medina assistant. So we're going to be interpreting the numbers now, but some people are not very good with numbers, so I want to give them. Don't rate the last one. Just pick out, just tick the three that represent that year and write it out. The last one does not need to be rated. I've been saying that, please hear it. All right, let's be here. Let's be here. Okay, so if you have your numbers and you're able to put it out, let's go ahead. But if you don't want to put it out, it's fine. Yes, I can see so. There are 11 questions. That must be her error. It was supposed to be 12 questions, but it's fine. Let's go on with whatever you have is fine. She missed out the question in that question. Okay, so if you have your numbers, bear with me one. Just bear with me. My laptop is running out of battery. I need to. Okay, so let's go ahead. You have your number. So I'm going to do the numbers interpretation for us. Are we ready? Before we do the numbers interpretation, I want you to look at the interpretation should actually be in the form when you submit. I haven't submitted mine, so tell me what you can see after submitting. If the score is between 20 to 33 points, that's a green zone, yeah? So that is alignment and growth. That means that it's been alignment and growth journey for you this year. Okay, so interpretation is also in the chat room. That means that you had a relatively strong year with progress and some working systems. And this does not mean everything was perfect, but more like you had a structure, effort, and some results. If your answer is between 20 to 33 points, you are in the green zone, alignment and growth. And you know what? For me, because my number 11, as it were, that the last question, whether it is 11 for you or 12, that last question, those two words are part of the words that I ticked representing my year. It says 3 words that best summarize your year. Growth. For me, growth was part of it. Growth was part of it. Growth and learning was part of it for me. So, somebody says yours is aware. Bukola Adegoke, you said yours was aware but inconsistent. That is a response to a number. We're talking about, okay, get you. You're talking about the interpretation as well. Okay, so for those 10 to 19, if your number was 10 to 19, you are in the yellow zone. You were trying but not consistently, aware but inconsistent. Some things worked, many things felt unsteady. And this zone calls for alignment and structure, not shame. This is not to shame you. This is to let you know that going forward, there's need for alignment. Then if you had between 0 and 9, that's a red zone. It simply interprets as misalignment and strain. Misalignment and strain. Your year likely felt heavy, overwhelming, confusing, draining, or stagnant. This is not a verdict against you. It's simply evidence that you need a reset. You need support and clear realignment. That is what it means. So take a moment and look at it again, the zone that you fell into, the green, the yellow, or the red. But just note it somewhere, my 2025 zone, put it there. Was it a green zone? Was it a yellow zone? Was it a red zone? Just note it there. I'm pausing for you to note it. Was it a yellow zone? Was it a green zone? Was it a red zone? Whatever zone you belong to, like I said, it's nothing to shame you or whatever. It's not judgmental. It's just been helping us to name what it is so that we can align as it's appropriate. Thank you for those who are putting it out there. Green, green, yellow, 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 green, yellow, green, 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 yellow, yellow, green. Good. Please, I'm not seeing anybody with red. If you had 21, you are playing in green, right? Oh, somebody had red. Sola Adego Oyekoke, red. Yobosai Sibo, red. Okay. Yeah, so this helps us to know where we all are at. All right, let's stop that. You can submit your forms now. I hope you put your email out there. It's supposed to be mailed back to you, and it's something that we should be able to refer to tomorrow by the grace of God, because we are going further to align. But I want us to tidy this up today. I want us to see your patterns from the sections 8 to 10. Oh, did I say submit? Oh my goodness. Have you submitted? Have you submitted? If you have submitted, just go back to, just click again. Let's do it again. I want you to look at, we're going to look at sections 8 to 10. And I want us to give it a hard shot by hitting it via 2 methods. We want to look at your sections, not just the total now. We want to look at the sections. We want to check your patterns. We want to check your pattern insight, your emotional insight, and your surrounding insight. Let's do that quickly. Are we together? Somebody release your mic and just confirm that we're together. Good. All right, so I want us to look at the first segment. Let's look at the pattern insight. Look at questions 6, 7, and 9 and check your answers. Questions 6, 7, and 9. Ask yourself, what do these 3 say about how I operate? Is my default consistent? Is it up and down? Do I procrastinate then rush? Am I overwhelmed and avoidant? What does it say? Look at your number 6, number 7, and number 9. Those questions. What does your response to it? What does it show that your default is? Chubby, please put out the link again for them. Some people are just coming in. I don't know how you can catch up with us. Okay, so who wants to respond to the question? We're checking the pattern insight. And I said, check your number 6, your number 7, and your number 9. What does your responses, what is it showing? Don't edit your response. If you're able to go back there, don't edit your response. I don't know whether you understand this because nobody's responding. Look at the question 6, question 7, and question 9. What do these 3 say about how you operate your life? Is your default consistent, up and down, procrastinate, then rush, overwhelmed and avoidant? I see Bukola Adegoke's hand up. What's the matter? Okay, Aboma says, my response shows up and down. Please note it. Note it in your journal. If you want to go back to that form to be able to use it for this exercise we're doing now, just go to your mail and follow through from your mail. Okay, Joan says her response is consistent. Bukola Ojodu says set goals but left some incomplete, procrastination. Okay, Olubumi Ojo says moderately consistent. That looks like the up and down. Okay, my default is awareness, good and moderately supportive, it's stable. Procrastination with last minute rush. Okay, so put it there, my 2025 pattern. That's what you're right now, put it in your journal. From that segment, that's your pattern. We're looking at your pattern now. We're looking at your pattern. Let's move. We want to check your emotional insight. Your emotional insight. Let's look at questions 4, 5, and 12. Question 4 and 5, and then the last question. The last one that has the list of words that you could pick 3 out of. So I want you to write out the 3 words that you picked out, and then check question 4, your dominant emotion and your emotional stability. Question 4 and question 5, what are they? So ask, what emotional story do these words tell? Do you feel like transition, battle, stretch, recovery, preparation, draining, rebuilding? Write one sentence of these options I have just rolled out. You need to follow me for you to be able to get this right. Otherwise, we will dwell for a long time on this and we still have what to do. Let's go to questions 4 and 5 and the last one. Your dominant emotion, question 4, what was it? Your emotional stability, question 5, what was it? Write it out. And then go to the last question. Pick out the 3 words and look at all of these responses, the one from question 4, the one from question 5, and the 3 from question 12. What emotional story are these telling? Does it look like your 2025 has been a transition? Does it look like it's been a battle? Does it look like it's been a stretch? Does it look like it's been a recovery? Does it look like preparation? Does it look like draining? Does it look like rebuilding? I need you to write a sentence of what from all of that you are discovering. I need you to put a story out. All of you are writing 3 words. That means that that's your number 12. But what I want you to do is look at your question 4, your question 5, and the 3 words picked. Okay, somebody says transition to growth. That's the sentence. Good. So your emotional story for 2025 will then be transition to growth. If that is the story, your responses in question 5 and 12, if that's what it's telling. So somebody, you need to do a statement like that, and I want you to put it out here. What's the sentence? If you are vulnerable enough. My emotional story for 2025 is overwhelming. Wow. Okay. Okay, Omotayo Odigwe says stress but maturing. Good. I need you to note all of this in your journal. My emotional story, put it there. My 2025 emotional story. Omotayo says stress but maturing. Then your pattern, put out your pattern as well. My 2025 pattern, put it also out. Roger Francisca says my story is preparation. Okay. All right, Zain says my story was growing, preparing, and transitioning. Great, great. That's what your 2025 emotional story, that's what it is, right? So we want to do your surroundings insight. We want to do your surroundings insight. Okay. Your pattern was good to excellent. Great. Somebody, Bukola Shiri says, my 2025 is overwhelming yet hopeful. Great. Hopeful and maturing, growth into becoming. Now, you know that the responses are different. There is the pattern insight. There is the emotional insight. They are different. So don't mix them together. Adebusola Oyegoke says, my emotional story was up and down, which was draining. Right. Now, Aminat says, growth, evolving, and becoming. Those are your 3 responses in number 12. That's not just what we're saying. You need to look at your question 4 and your question 5 with these 3 words and form a statement, your emotional statement for 2025. If you have growth, evolving, becoming, look at your question 4 and your question 5. What responses do you have? And let's know what that speaks to. What does it communicate to you? Kola Adegoke says her emotional response has been stretching but growing. I hope you are not mixing it together. Okay, so we want to move into surrounding insight. Surrounding insight. Let's look at the question 10 and the question 11, speaking to relationships. Well, because we're going to skip that. There's a question that is missing. Before you come back tomorrow, it should have been added. So you won't get the best response for your 2020 for your surrounding insight because the environment question was not there. So let's leave that. Okay, so you should have your pattern insight now, and you should have your emotional insight. So when we come tomorrow, we would or maybe into your email boxes, the question that is supposed to be number 10 would have been placed there. And then you will look at number 10 and number 11 together, and you will tell us what your surrounding has been like in 2025. Now, the 3 sentences, the pattern, the emotion, and the surroundings are your core truth. They are your core truth for 2025. Whatever your pattern insights revealed, and your emotional insight revealed, and your surrounding insight, which I said we'll do tomorrow, whatever they reveal is your truth tried for 2025. That's your core result for 2025. Olumi says, though emotionally stable, I am maturing and hopeful, but still learning. Brilliant. That is a statement right there. So let's try this second method, which should work for everybody. Are we together? I want us to try this second method, which will help you, give you further clarity on what the journey has been. We're getting at to the results of the audit that we're doing. So I'm going to role play 2 women in 2 years. 2 women in 2 years. The first woman is Ada. The second woman is Bimpe. Are you listening? Please type yes. And if you are distracted, let me know so that I can repeat myself. I have yes, yes. Good. So we are flowing. All right. Thank you. So we're having a role play here. 2 women in 2 years. First woman, Ada. Second woman, Bimpe. Now, the first woman, Ada, she starts excited. Then by 2nd week, she loses momentum. Then naturally, Ada overthinks. Then she procrastinates until pressure hits. She crashes into last-minute execution. She is stressed, but finishes. And then she says, next year will be different. But next year then comes, and she repeated the same circle. You know, we're looking at it from the range for 0 to 2, from year 1 to year 2. So Ada will start excitedly. She will lose momentum after 2 weeks. She will overthink. She procrastinates until pressure hits. She crashes into last-minute execution. She's stressed, but she will yet finish. Then she will say next year will be different. But she repeats the same circle. That is Ada. And that pattern is called a start-stop pattern. Start-stop pattern. Now, the second woman, Bimpe, she identifies 1 major goal per quarter. She has a weekly structure for it. She shows up consistently, has accountability. She builds momentum monthly and ends the year with peace, not pressure. That pattern is called a steady builder. Now, I want you to look at your number 6, your number 7, and your number 9. Is your pattern like Ada or Bimpe? But you need to look at your pattern, number 6, number 7, and number 9, and get in the chat room and type for me. As you type, then you go back to your note and write it. Are you Ada or Bimpe? Clarity moment here. Good. Somebody says Ada, another person has typed Bimpe. Good, good. Be real with yourself. Oh. There's no point for us to shine in the chat room and be dying secretly. We're here to help one another. So make sure you're being real. I'm going to do the roll call again. You need to look at it. For you to be able to decide whether you are Ada or Bimpe, you have to look at your questions 6, 7, and 9. Questions 6, 7, and 9. Okay, so Ada will start excitedly. After 2 weeks, she will lose momentum. She overthinks. She procrastinates until pressure hits. She crashes into last-minute execution. She's stressed, but will yet finish. And then she says, next year will be different. But when next year comes, she's going to repeat the same circle. That's a start-stop pattern. Bimpe identifies one major goal per quarter, has a weekly structure, shows up consistently, has accountability, builds momentum monthly, and ends the year with peace, not pressure. She's a steady builder. Now you, whatever your name is, look at your question 6, 7, and 9. Is your pattern more like Ada or Bimpe? I want you to know that patterns don't lie. Even if you change your goals, your pattern will repeat unless you realign. Okay? So, somebody says her name is Ada Bimpe. I was expecting that actually, because I was saying to myself, some of us belong in between. So if you are Ada Bimpe or Bimpe Ada, if you are Ada Bimpe, that means that you are more to Ada than Bimpe. If you are Bimpe Ada, you are more of Bimpe than Ada. So it's very legit for you to say you are a combo of both. Okay, Bimpe Ada. Somebody says Ada Shola. Ada Shola, I like that. More like Bimpe than Ada. Okay, good. That's Bimpe Ada. Young Harrison says she's Ada. Oh my God. I love this. If you love it, say I love it. Or put the heart shape in the chat room, the heart emoji or the love emoji. Put it in the chat room. Let's see how many of us are flowing and we're loving this whole audit. Good. You must respond. I need that emoji. I want to see whether this is making sense to us. Oh my God. Somebody is flashing it. Yeah, that means this is helping. Wow. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Good, good, good. Not everybody is responding, though. You need to respond. Wow. Awesome. All right, let's begin to tidy this up now. Wow. Let's begin to tidy this up. I want us to be able to wrap this up soon. Good. All right, so want to connect this to the 4 lenses. You remember the 4S audit lens that we looked at? You remember self, systems, seasons, and surroundings. So your pattern insight actually reveals yourself and systems. So when you wrote out your pattern insight, is revealing yourself and your systems audit. If you remember what we started with, then your emotional insight hints you on your season, the kind of year that it had truly been, right? The kind of year it truly was for you. But because we're going to be taking the appropriate test for surroundings tomorrow, we will come back to that. So you should have a clearer picture of who you were this year, how you felt, how you responded. The last 2 will have to do with where you were placed and what surrounded you. Okay, so that is what this has been about. I want to put it out here in the normalization statement. Before we close this audit, I want to say to you that whatever you are seeing, whatever all of this has exposed or expounded for you, is not for you to be condemned by it. Rather, it's for you to be empowered. It is for you to be empowered by it, right? It's not for your condemnation, it's for your empowerment. Your score is not your identity. Your pattern is not your name. Ada Bimpe, Ada Shola, and all of that. Your emotional state is not your destiny. Audit, like I've been saying, is not to shame you. Audit is to position you, is to position me. And it tells us, here is where we are. Or let me do singular now. Here is where I am. And here is what has been true for me in the year. Here is what must also change. This is what the audit should be able to do. Where you are, what has been true for you in the course of the year, and what must change. Okay, so for all of us who are Ada, we need to change. If we are being paid, yes, we need to then emphasize, you already know what you are doing. Now you can pinpoint what you are doing that makes you that, and that is what you will then keep at so that you don't dip. Okay. So we're going to take a closing affirmation, and I want everybody to be ready for this. We're going to take a closing affirmation. Please don't take the one on the screen. I've developed this for that. So I added 2 lines to it. So just you're going to repeat after me. Okay, somebody says, wow, this is a doctorate MBA on self. Oh my God. Go and put it out there. Let everybody know that the webinar has been a blessing to you tonight. So I want you to place your hand on your chest. You want to take a closing affirmation. Place your hand on your chest if you are able to, if you are not driving and you are not cooking, and say this with me. I am not condemned by what I see. I am empowered to realign and grow. My awareness is my advantage. My honesty is my strength. I am ready to step into better alignment for 2026. Okay, so let's do the affirmation again. I am not condemned by what I see. I am empowered to realign and grow. My awareness is my advantage. My honesty is my strength. I am ready to step into better alignment for 2026. Great, 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 great. So as we bring this to a close, I just want to bridge us into align. Tonight, we have done audits, and audit gave us the truth. Tomorrow, we will go to align. We'll move into align, and align will give us direction. Audit ask, where am I really? Align will be asking us, so what do I do with this? And how do I position myself for 2026? Remember, is an AA, it's an AA webinar talking about positioning you right for 2026. So align is the one that will do that major work. We can't align without doing the audit. Otherwise, our alignment will be premised on presumptions, right? So tomorrow, by the grace of God, we will be going into align. Tonight, after this time out, make sure that you save your audit results. You sit with your 3 sentences. In our own case tonight, we have 2 sentences because there's an error in our form. So sit with your pattern, your 2025 pattern and your 2025 emotional story. Tomorrow, you will be able to grasp what your 2025 surrounding is. It's very simple. It's just because one question was missing, and I apologize for that. Now, when you sit with this tonight, your pattern, your 2025 pattern insight and your 2025 emotional story, it will help us tomorrow to align, because that is where we begin to bring, we begin to turn all of this clarity into a pathway. It's one thing for you to be clear about where you are. It's another thing to know what next to do with it. All right? I would give room for just like 5 minutes. Anybody has a question to ask me, we'll be shutting down by 9 p.m. 9:30 p.m. 2.5 hours spent on yourself wholesomely. I believe that it's been worth it for you. Does anybody have a question? Let me just see your hand go up electronically and we'll take it before we shut down. Anybody? All right, I can only say thank you so much. Time well invested. Nobody's asking any question. All right, is that true, or somebody is still coming up with question? Or do you want to type if you don't want to talk? If you have a question, put it in the chat room. Let me see if it's something we can quickly take before we shut down. Yeah, I'm also going to sit with the audit. I'm going to re-audit myself again. Good. Okay, somebody says, what can one do to become consistent? Okay, good. Your routines, your routine, your planning. There are things that will help you, but I'll give more insight about this tomorrow. That's the question that Bukola Adegoke asked. Okay, so I'm glad it's been a time well invested for you. Thank you for showing up for yourself tonight. Thank you so much. You can put your comments in the comment section. Yes, go ahead. Thank you. All the thank yous are welcome. Thank you so much. God bless and increase your wisdom. Amen. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining tonight. Thank you so much. Let's go now and bask, in all of this and return tomorrow. Please make sure you're back tomorrow. It is one thing to be clear, is another thing to know what to do with the clarity. So tomorrow we're going to go the route of align. And I know the one who helped us today will help us beyond this tomorrow. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, team. Thank you for your support. Have a good evening. How can people in diaspora join TBWF? All right, ask me tomorrow again and I'll let you know. And this is not about TBWF. Where is your nation? I think maybe she signed up. She'll be back tomorrow. Okay, everyone, have a lovely evening. Sleep well. Okay, Bukola Adegoke is in the UAE. All right. All right, no problems. We'll reach out to you. Good night. Are these people still on or they just left their devices on? We're waiting for you to log out. We want everybody to log out one after the other. You logged in by yourself. You will log out by yourself. Madinat, good night. Bukola Ojodu, good night. Good night. Feisho today. Damilola Saka, good night. Roger Francisca, Love Olga, good night. That's an interesting name. Vironke Omobo, good night. Paito Dushola, good night. Mercy Adeyemo, good night. Tayo Akimbo, good night. Karen, good night. Are you back or you're still basking there? Good night. Ola Eniola, good night. Damilola Saka. If you are still on now, it means that you have left your device. Well, admin, over to you. Have a lovely evening, everyone.
Thank you so much for showing up, everyone. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And thank you so much, GCMO. That was hot and fantastic. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Bye from all of us.